It's here along the Erie Canal where thousands of people will be decked out in their red, white, and blue celebrating the 200 years. Jury selection is scheduled to begin Monday morning with trial only lasting 3 days for Ricky Woods Jr. This could be the future U district, but it's this piece of land that's leaving questions up in the air. Week 5 of the Hamilton Orthopedics Running Readiness Report, and we're joined again with veteran runner Kat Beck. And this week we're talking proper clothing attire for running that big race. It was a passing boater who spotted a body floating in the canal that then called 911. When police arrived on the scene, they found the female who had only been in the water for a few hours. Couple days away from the Boilermaker Road Race, Kat, and we're going over last-minute tips to get us Boilermaker ready for that Sunday morning. So what are the last-minute things we should be getting ready for? The Whitesboro Village Seal has created a lot of controversy, even gaining that national media attention. So the village board decided to get involved.
Women, I believe, need to know how to protect themselves. Sporting events aren't just for men only. Women in these sporting events is a great thing. Hunting, shooting trap, even personal protection using your pistol. Women need to know how to do that, and they will learn that here.
Trenton Triggers gives women knowledge and teaches gun safety, all while having fun and being comfortable in an all-women's environment.
Initially, the women are probably a little intimidated when they come to shoot for the first time. Then once they realize that it's not hard, it's something they can do, they can shoot a gun, they can handle it, then it becomes fun. And they're all here with their friends. You know, some brought their family members or sisters, other ones brought friends along. So, you know, we try to make it enjoyable and, you know, something that's not intimidating for the women.
Oh! This is a riot. I mean, once you start doing it and you see that you can hit some clay birds and some pigeons, it's a lot of fun. In the beginning I was very nervous, but you know, I have to get out of my comfort zone and be comfortable around guns because it is out there in society.
Making it a fun and safe learning experience is why these adventurous ladies keep coming back to the club.
I just thought it would be fun, something, you know, to get out of the house, a bunch of women. Plus it's kind of cool. I may find a new home today.
Before Jim Piccola of the Department of Transportation and the rest of the crew head out to a work zone, they all say the same thing to one another.
To be safe. Absolutely, just to be safe and to watch out all the time, because you never know.
Everyday construction and maintenance forces risk their lives on the sides of our roads. Piccola says the DOT takes all the precautions that they can, warning motorists of work zones, slowing down traffic, and putting up new road signs. But there's still a concern they all fear.
The DOT families, I'm sure, worry about their family members that are out there working. You know, we just try to make sure that we do it as safe as possible, and the biggest thing is that we want the traveling public to go home and get to where they want to go, and also for our workers to go home every night.
Piccola says planning ahead for a work zone is crucial, and location criteria can vary. Downtown on a city street, speeds are a lot slower. On the arterial, road signs are more spread out, warning what's ahead for drivers, giving you time to switch lanes or stop. But one thing remains the same no matter where the location.
Anytime we step out on the road, we always make sure we have our hard hats and our vest on, and you know that the work zone is set up properly. And once that's done, we feel a little bit safer, but we're always conscientious of we are out there on the roadway, and there is that danger of someone driving, possibly under the influence, distracted driving, but for the most part we feel pretty safe.
A complaint filed with the Utica Police Department left officers on the hunt, following concerns of an unidentified man allegedly stalking women around the downtown area.
Statistically speaking, downtown is probably the safest neighborhood in the city. But obviously, as always, everyone needs to be aware of their surroundings.
After further investigation, officers made an arrest in the case. The victim identifying 36-year-old Dwayne Dennis, a level 3 sex offender, as the man who followed her. Dennis is currently behind bars at the Oneida County Jail, but officers believe this situation is a reminder to stay alert.
When somebody is alone, to travel in a lighted area, you know, make sure your phone is on you, stay in a populated area, things like that. If you see anything that seems out of the ordinary or you're feeling unsafe, that, you know, we're a phone call away.
Officials say that public input like this is a key factor in keeping the city streets safe.
First and foremost, I would make sure that a police report is filed. There are certain parameters that have to be met for a stalking charge, and it has to be repeated activity. Filing a report with us when it occurs may not necessarily suffice to a criminal charge at that time, but definitely makes us aware of the individual, and if we don't know who the individual is, gives us some time to learn about who they are and try to nip it in the bud.
Oneida County Sheriff Rob Mashel says 3 officers and a nurse opened the cell door of inmate John Crosby. After Crosby received his medicine for the evening, he swung at an officer. The officer stepped to the side to avoid being struck in the face. Instead, struck in the shoulder from the unknown weapon.
Inmate Crosby at that point, like I said, he was immediately secured. A short time later, a search was done of the cell to attempt to locate the object that was used. They weren't able to locate an object, which is not unusual because in those few seconds when they were securing the inmate and obviously giving attention to the officer that was injured, we believe the item was more than likely flushed down the toilet, which is a common thing.
Crosby has a previous record that involves assault and stabbing. On Friday, a day after the incident, Crosby accepted 17 years in county court for his charges. Mashel adds officers face dangers and threats on a day-to-day basis from inmates.
Their job is extremely difficult. It's extremely dangerous. And our people here, like I said, they do a fabulous job. And like I said, in this particular incident, it could have been much worse. But again, it is a very, very challenging career. And they play a key role in keeping our community safe. And, because if the folks that are in this facility weren't in here and out in the community, we obviously, our community would be much more dangerous. So they too, like police officers out on the street, correction officers face dangers each and every day.